everybody. I am so thankful that you are joining with me for the next 5 days so that I can kind of show you a behind the scenes look in a period of time that I recently just went through. And I'm praying and hoping that you can learn some awesome takeaways from the experience that I personally had with having such an overwhelmed spirit to the point of I knew something had to change. So there's a lot of you guys in here that I don't personally know. So for those of you that I don't know, my name is Jessica Lauder. I am a boy mom. I've got 2 boys, 2 years old and 4. I am married to a pastor. He's a student pastor. We live on the eastern shore of Maryland. And I am also a preacher's kid. So I've grown up just always being in ministry. And of course, if anybody knows anything about ministry, it is a very demanding job. It's kind of like you're on call all the time. You have to be available many hours of the day and of the night to help people, and that is my heart, and I love that. But I want to tell you my story, and then I want to hear your story. But a couple things really quick, just to kind of welcome you guys to the group. So I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in like a random like field basically, and I have no internet. So when I upload my videos and I say it's going to be posted at this time, and sometimes it's a little bit later, it's because I'm having to drive to town in order to upload my videos that I've already uploaded to YouTube. So I apologize for that, but that's kind of my reality. So if they come a little bit later than normal, that is why. So give me grace because I'm trying to make it all work. So for the next 5 days, I've given you guys the outline of what we're going to talk about and just what I feel like has really helped me. Those are the outline points that I have done for every single day. So I'm going to talk about those every day. I'm also at the end of the 5 days going to give away 2 amazing books that have helped me along my journey and just helped me really press into what the Word says, what the Bible says. I felt like the way that I was feeling was not justified. And I knew that it was not of God, the way that I was feeling and the way that I was treating my family and treating people around. The first book that I'm going to give away is one of my favorite books, and it's called The Best Yes by Lisa TerKeurst. And this book really just helped me realize that the way that I was feeling was completely normal. I felt like because I was a pastor's wife that I had to be a part of everything, that I was a bad person or I wasn't a Christian if I didn't volunteer for this or say yes to that, or, you know, I just felt like I always needed to be doing ministry, and I had that completely wrong because it is not biblical for you to live your life feeling so overwhelmed that your soul just aches, and that is the way that I felt. So this is the first book I'll give away. The second one I'm going to give away is called Miracle Morning. It helped me to realize and to figure out where I needed to carve out time, why mornings were the best option, which I'm going to talk about later on this week, why it was mornings that actually kind of won as far as like when in the day I should be getting up earlier and spending more time doing stuff that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so this is an amazing book that I'm going to give away that's going to help you to create your awesome morning. And a lot of stuff that I'm talking about in the next 5 days is coming from these books. So just want you to know that will be the giveaway. So about a year ago, I had come to a point in my life when my husband had come home one day, and I think he asked me something like, "What did you get done today?" One of those like, "Why did you even ask me that?" I am a stay-at-home mom, but I own a business, I run a business, and at the time my kids were home. It was the summertime, so it was this past summer. My kids were home all the time. And he made a comment like that, and it was not out of nothing got done today, but it was out of, you seem so overwhelmed. What happened today? Like what went on? Like what did you do today? I think that was his heart when he was talking to me about it, because he could tell that I was very stressed out, and maybe he noticed that not a lot got done. And it was at that time that I had just lost it. There was no more holding it back. I had a complete nervous breakdown. I probably cried for hours on end. I probably screamed and told him how frustrated I was. And as I was going through what was going on with me, it was funny because I came to the realization that I was doing a lot of stuff, but nothing was getting done. There was nothing that was like an accomplishment. I was like, I had all these goals and these dreams for my business, and when I looked back to see if I had accomplished any of them, I had fallen short. And I kept telling myself it was because I didn't have time. And he looked at me and he said, the same night, he said, Jess, you can't look at it as if you don't have time. You have to look at it as if it's not a priority to you. And when I looked at it that way, and I kind of took a step back and I'm thinking, okay, yes, my business is a priority to me. My family and the way that I've been treating them and not giving them all of my time and not being 100% present with them, that is a priority to me. They are a priority to me. My kids are a priority to me. Date night with my husband and us having time together is a priority to me. Being able to spend my nights calm and collected and not rushed and feeling like I got nothing done today was a problem, and that was a priority to me, for me to be able to have calm evenings with my family. And it was at that point when he told me that those things were not a priority to me, and I looked at it that way, and I kept thinking, I was just looking at it all wrong. I've been looking at it as if I have to do so many things, and I'm only giving 50% of myself in all these areas, and not 100% of myself in all these areas, because I didn't feel like I had the time to do it. So I decided that day, if I wanted to change my circumstances, it won't change. It's not going to change with me saying, okay, I'm going to try harder next time. Okay, I'm going to try to get up an hour earlier. Okay, I'm going to dream a little bit harder or think a little bit more, whatever. I had to change my approach in the way I made my decisions. And I knew that. I'm not the smartest person in the entire world, but I knew if I wanted something to change, I had to change, and it was going to be uncomfortable for me. And this may be very uncomfortable for you. You may think, I'm not a morning person. I don't want to get up earlier. I love my warm bed. It's cold now, and I would love to sleep longer. And I have to say that I'm that person too. I like to sleep longer. I like my warm bed. I have hardwood floors. It's cold when I step off. There's all these things. I don't want to have to get up earlier to get everything done that I need to. But what I want more is not to feel overwhelmed in my soul and in my spirit. That's what I want more. It matters to me more than it does whether or not my feet are cold when I get up, or, I'm tired, or I've had a long night, or my kids didn't sleep. It's more important to me that I am 100% present in everything that I'm responsible for in this season of my life. And that is to be the best mom, and to be the best wife, and to be the best business owner, and to give all of those things my time, my undivided attention when that time comes. So I want you to think about what your reality is. What is your reality? So I want you to think about what your reality is right now. So your story may not be exactly like mine, but you have a reality. You're in this group and in this class for some reason. What is it that is your reality, and what is it that you need to learn? What is it that you want to take away after 5 days? What do you need to change? Everybody has been given, by God, 24 hours in a day. The president has been given 24 hours. Oprah Winfrey has been given 24 hours. It is up to you to decide what you're going to do with it. And what is important to you will be a priority to you. If it's not important to you, it's not going to be a priority to you. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to make you feel bad, but it is our reality, where we are right now, what we're going to do with our life, how we're going to feel at the end of the day. Have we accomplished what we've wanted to? There's probably things on your list you've always wanted to do. Maybe that's go back to school. Maybe that is to write a book. Maybe it's to start a business. Maybe it's to pay off debt. We all have these things that we want, but what do we say? What is the number one reason we haven't done that? It's because we say that we don't have time. And it's not that we don't have time. We're not being good stewards of the time that we have. And I was speaking to myself. So my prayer is that after this class, you're able to find the time that you need so that you are not overwhelmed, that you do not feel rushed, that you are not giving your leftovers to your family and to your husband and to the people that matter to the most to you. This is your little assignment for today. So every day we're going to have a little assignment, and I want you to participate. The assignment for today is I want to hear your story. Why are you in this group? If you are really brave and you want to do something extremely fun, post a video. Let me see you. I want to see you. If you want to type it out, you can type it out. But I want to hear what your story is. Why do you need a group like this? Why do you feel like you are either stressed out or overwhelmed? And I want to hear it. I was fighting with my kids all the time. I was fighting with my husband. Everything that he said, I thought it was directed as I wasn't a good mom or a good wife, or I wasn't trying hard enough, or I wasn't pulling my weight. And that, for a wife and a mom to feel that way, even though that wasn't his intentions to make me feel that way, it makes you feel like you are worthless. And that's where I'd come to. And worthless in every area. And not because of something that he had said, but because of the way that I had felt and I was not prioritizing the things that were important to me. So I want to hear your story. Take a few minutes. I want you to think about it. I'm going to have another video later on the day that's going to talk about the warning signs. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, and that a lot of that stuff is coming out of the best yes, the stuff that I've learned, where I could see my warning signs, but I ignored them. And so we're going to talk about that later on. But I just want you to post below this video your story. I want to hear a little bit about you. If it takes you, all day to kind of think about whatever, post whenever you can. And then I want to hear from you guys today. So that's your first assignment. We'll have another video later on today. And I can't wait to get to know you guys a little bit better. Take care.